All right, y'all, I've had a couple of people ask me on how to use these tire machines, and number one is how to change from grams to ounces on this KATOOL tire balancer. So number one, let's go ahead and mount. I got some 35 1050s for my pre-runner truck on some 17-inch wheels. Let's go ahead and throw those things on and I'll balance them out and show you how to do it. For aluminum wheels, I recommend you clamp the rim on the outside so you don't mess up the inside and mess up the aluminum. So that's on. Got some nice matching used from United Tire, some Kenda Clever 35 1050s. I don't want to cut too much out of my truck to make it fit 1250s, nor do I want an offset so wide that they hang out the fender wells. So I got a 17x9 and a 10.5-inch wide tire. I'm gonna go ahead and grease the tire. Both sides. Pretty big tire. Sometimes you get them to pop on, sometimes they don't. So, pull that in there. I did some 20s last, so my bar's been set. Lock your bar down, set it to where it won't pop into your rim on this lever up here. All right, we'll spin it, let it pop on the rim. Just push on. Pretty simple. Pop that out the way. Now for a different kind of tire, one that doesn't fit so tight, you probably want more air to rush in. But I have a feeling this one will bead. The bead will sit just fine on this one. So I'm gonna put the stem in first. We'll just go ahead and remember to release the tongs. That way the tire will sit on the rim. That's it. Top bead, bottom bead, that was it. Popped on. You need to put the adequate amount of air pressure in the tire to balance it. You don't want your tire floppy around on the rim. I'm gonna go ahead and put it about 30. Release every now and then to double check where it's at as far as how much air pressure is in the tire. It's a big tire, it's gonna take a lot of air. Get a shot of the foot pedals. We have inflate, the jaws to grab the rim, the side machine that breaks the bead breaker, and we have the table rotate. Down rotates clockwise, up rotates counterclockwise. So we'll still keep filling this tire up because we're not at 30 pounds yet. All right, 30 pounds. Already went ahead and put the stem in it. Put my valve stem, cook cap. They got all the weight on the wheel, so when I balance it, it balances out. So these are the spares for my pre-runner that's coming up on the channel. We're gonna do a 480 swap. We're gonna take out the stock 5.3 and put in a ATK Performance crate motor, 450 horse, 430 torque. Like I said, I was trying to build a Chevy Raptor, so I'm kind of matching all the Ford Raptor specs as far as suspension and horsepower. I'm just not putting a turbo 3.5 V6 in it. And it's going on 35s. I don't feel that this half ton is designed for 1250s. They rub in the front with my 6-inch lift, they rub. So I don't have to do so much cutting. I want 1050s and everything fits really, really well. Big old tire. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe the inside of the wheel down because I don't want any extra dirt. Throw my balancing off. Any extra weights that were on this wheel before, we'll go ahead and peel those off. This kind of gets in the way. I got a tight area to work in, so we'll release that. Go ahead and pick all these weights off. You're dealing with high-tech equipment over here at the shop with my slotted head screwdriver. So when I mount this tire, I'm just going to mount it flat against the surface of the hub here on the tire balancing machine with the inside towards that. Check and see if my cone's big enough. I think I need the bigger one. All right, large diameter cone. Slide that on. And I'll rotate the cone so it walks on the machine. So I know the tire mounts straight. There we go. Tells you in the instructions, never pick up on the shaft. So when I tighten my wheels, I always have a downward motion to spin the tire towards me and press down. Mess with the calibration or something. So, come check this out. A lot of people were asking me, how do you make sure it's in grams or ounces? Well, you press the F button, which is function, and up. Unit grams. F up, unit ounces. That's OZ, not O2. So F up, I'm mounting it in grams. And the proper setup is you grab this little measurement and you go to the inside of the rim. This is kind of flimsy on this machine. It does have a little bit of wobble to it. So pull it over to where it just kisses that wheel. And it looks like I am at 11 and a half. So it's 11 and a half away from the machine. So it tells you right here, A, distance from the machine to the rim, 11 and a half. Then B tells you the width of the rim. This is a 17 by 9. And D, diameter. 17. This machine does not have a hood that folds down, and it says for longer engine life in the manual to give it a spin first. That way the machine doesn't have a problem starting it up. It makes the engine life last longer. So we'll give it a spin. Press start. All right, this is the end result. function. There we go. So even after you've balanced, you can adjust it. Function, that's grams. Function, up, ounces. So it wants 1.5 ounces in the back and 1.5 ounces on the front. You can't put knock-on weights on the front of this wheel. Won't accept it. We're gonna do stick-ons on the back. So what you do is you come over here and you press this ALU. This is all your different options. Right now it's set on standard. So this is for stick weights in the front and back of the center of the wheel. This is for stick weights in the center in this first plateau. And this is for nail-on weights on the back and center of the wheel. It's asking for 1 ounce to go here on the side of the rim and 3.5 up in the middle. I spent about $75 and I got 3 boxes of weights. I got a box of 1/4 ounce, a box of 1/2 ounce, and a box of 1 ounce. Got them in black. The wheels are black, they just kind of blend away. Sticky back weights. So it's calling for 3.5 on the inside. Balance that. My buddy Charlie likes to cut it instead of break it, so we'll do it Charlie's way. So we got 3 ounces. And we got a 1/2 ounce. And instead of making a strip as long as you can, it asks for the weight to be here. So I try to put as much weight in the center of there as I can get. So I'll peel that off. If you've noticed, I got a bunch of stuff and junk out here. My friends are like, dude, D's got a tire machine. Let's go play with it. So I ended up with all the mess. Nevertheless, we'll peel this off of here and come back around. Swap with me. All right, so the machine's asking for 3.5 ounces. Show the machine. So you rotate the wheel and it'll beep. When it's all solid, 3.5 ounces to this red point right here. It's the center of the rim. It feels like the middle to me. So we got 3.5 ounces in the middle. All right, pressed in pretty good. And then it's asking for 1 ounce. On the back of the wheel. So right there, this red dot indicates this side. Right here, it's asking for a 1 ounce knock on. I'm gonna put a 1 ounce right here on the lip. All right, then we'll give it a spin. So you give it a spin, press start button. Big old 35-inch all-terrain. Since there's so many sand dunes in Louisiana, I had to go build the pre-runner to go enjoy them. So yeah, I'll be trailering that across the country to go see what it does. So this is slowing down. Just stay clear of it. Now this is a big mud tire and it's hard to balance them, but this time it's asking for 1 more ounce and 3/4 of an ounce, but basically on the same side of the wheel. So it's still trying to balance to 0. When you start getting weights on the complete opposite sides of the wheel that are counterbalancing themselves, it don't make no sense. The machine's not calibrated. So we'll go ahead and we'll stick 1 more ounce on the inside, 1 ounce in the middle, straight up. And that could have been because I didn't get it exactly where it told me to, because it's hard to line this up. on the inside like this. I like to stand over it. I'm gonna put them in. So I got a weight here and a weight about here, which is still on the same side of the wheel, which tells me that the rubber down there is heavier. And then for the back side of the wheel, asking for 3/4 of an ounce right here, which is spot on with where this one should be. I don't have any 3/4, so let's stick a half on it with a 1/4 on top of it. I don't mind double stacking stick weights. The inertia makes them stay together. 3/4 of an ounce. That's a half. Right here in the edge of the lip. And a 1/4. I've got some silver quarters. I want a black 1/4. And I'll put it in the center of this. Alright. So let's go ahead and give it a spin, see if it zeroes out this time. Back over here and touch the screen. All right, 0 in the center, half on the outside. Let's see where they balance that at. It's still right there on the same side of the wheel. So if this is all it's asking for is another 1/2 ounce of weight, I mean we're shaving hairs at this point. But 0 balance is 0, and I want 0. So that's straight up off that shaft. That's where you line it up at. That one's not sticky. 0.5, 1/2 ounce. Right here, straight up from the shaft. Alright. Come on, double zeros. It'll balance any tire shorter than 30 inches first time, but for this 35, taking that little bit of weight, that's pretty amazing. There we go, balanced out. So this is the KT-B700, stop beeping, and this is the KT-T800, tire mounter, tire balancer. It was an eBay deal. Went to Houston to pick them up, actually Katy, just on the other side of Katy. It's Brookshire, Texas, where their warehouse is. Me and my buddy Brian loaded up, headed over there. We were back the next day with all the stuff. Great eBay deal. Pulled right up. They loaded it if you saw the video. If not, check out my channel. It's how to get to Houston and back in 10 minutes. And there we go. Just bounced a 35 1050 on a 17x9 for my upcoming pre-runner project. Also, this has a quick release. Just pull it and go. It's got some jaws in there. Lock in. Balance 35 on a Pro Comp. Appreciate y'all checking out Modified. That's my rundown or crash course on the KATOOL tire mounter and tire balance machine. They fit in the area 8 foot by about 3 foot. That's what I work out of. I got this little carport I built. It's a 24 by 30. I got 2 trucks in here. And the red truck's a flip to get money to actually build the gold truck correctly. So we're gonna have some fun with this one, lay some rubber, and catch y'all next time on Modified. Appreciate it.